I mean, that's one of the reasons why he wore that outfit again, right? And he wanted to relive his high school days because he pretty much wasn't necessarily happy with what his present life is, you know. And it happens more than you think, which is, I think that sometimes could be the sad thing about reunions. Like it could, I guess we don't even know what is triggering for other people,
Mm.
you know. And most people do have these weird conversations with their friends or significant others, like, I don't want to go because I don't want people to see where I'm at and things like that. And then you got some people that go to be like, yo, I can't wait for everybody to see how successful I
It is a pleasure to be speaking with you both. Michael, Lil Rel, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Yeah, what a cool background you got there. Look at all your cool stuff.
am.
Thank you.
Super cool.
My fun, my pop culture chaos, if you will, but I appreciate that. Thank you. And reunion is so much fun. It is just absolute joy. What excited you both about being a part of the project?
For me, it was the cast. I mean, obviously, it's fun to read a whodunit that's funny, which it was. But when I saw that Lil Rel was not only writing it but also producing this, I knew we were going to be in great hands. And then everybody right down the line, from Billy Magnuson to Gillian Bell and Chase Crawford and Jamie Chung and Nina Dobrev, it was just this crazy, fun, talented group of people.
Yeah, the casting is crazy. And, you know, I think you could see the chemistry we had off screen translate on screen. You know, it was really fun to do. I mean, like I don't even know how many cats I've actually ate lunch with that consistently.
We no, yeah, we always ate lunch together every
Yeah,
day.
it's a real thing.
And went out dancing and stuff. So yes, it was fun time.
No, we were very much. That's interesting. Now that I think about it, yeah, we literally ate lunch together. Damn it, took naps together.
I didn't take a nap with you, Lil Rel. I never took a nap with you.
I was gonna say this cast sounds really.
Well,
It's like
it
that's
was
just
a
nuts.
couch in one of the rooms that, depending on who fell asleep first, because Jamie was always asleep. You can catch Jamie sleeping anywhere. But it was like a comfortable little. It's funny too, depending on who got that spot on that couch, who took a nap. I took several naps on that couch, even if I wasn't trying to. I took
You
it.
know, I, I just spoke with Nina, and that was one of the first things she said is how much fun she had with her crew because you can absolutely tell in a film when people are vibing, they're enjoying their space together, and you can certainly see that here. It really helps the film.
Everybody was so supportive of each other, man, and rooting for each other. Like it was a lot of fun. That was really cool.
Yeah, and that doesn't it doesn't weirdly because we shot this in the Los Angeles area, and a lot of times sometimes casts become closer when everyone's from out of town because you know you're in out of town, so you kind of have to hang out together. But this was not the case where you could go home right away, and that wasn't happening as much. We were spending so much time sleeping with each other on the couches.
All right, well, they're getting the hot takes right now.
Yeah.
uh, no, absolutely. It's like I said, it works, and I wonder for you both. I mean, this film is set in a reunion. Have either of you been to reunions, and if so, what was that like for you?
Mm.
We both have been to reunions. I've been to two. I went to a school in the suburbs of Chicago that had a class of like 1,200 people. So I can go to a reunion and not, you know, never felt like I've ever met them in my life. But you also do still see, you know, the people that were your arch enemies and the people that you trusted. So it's a mixed bag going to those.
You know something, I think, you know, based off this movie, it's so funny because I've been to a couple reunions, but now that I think about it, maybe one of these reunions we all should dress like whatever the fashion of the year was you graduated.
That'd
Maybe
be
maybe
fun.
that should happen. Like I now that I think about it, I think that would make it more fun, to be quite honest with you.
Well, I mean, your
Unless you
character
were like
was
the only
great.
one who showed up, like your character did. Then it's
Right, exactly.
it's like no one else got the memo, or they did and they just ignored it.
I wanted to ask you both. There's an interesting line on, without giving context or any spoilers to the film, that talks about um, being a nobody, and,
Mm.
and I think that's your character, Lil Ray. And it says, and I wondered, asking you about that, because certainly reunions sort of can bring this out of us. And I was wondering about the fear of being a nobody, and why that's such a big deal for us.
I think that's most people fears too, and Ray definitely goes through that because I mean that's one of the reasons why he wore that outfit again, right? And he wanted to relive his high school days because he pretty much wasn't necessarily happy with what his present life is, you know. And it happens more than you think, which is I think that sometimes could be the sad thing about reunions. Like it could, I guess we don't even know what is triggering for other people.
Mm.
You know, and most people do have these weird conversations with their friends or significant others, like, I don't want to go because I don't want people to see where I'm at and things like that. And then you got some people that go to be like, yo, I can't wait for everybody to see how successful I am.
Yeah.
Reunions are kind of crazy, man. I think it's cool and not cool. I can't necessarily describe it, but I don't know.
I found it, which is weird, like at my high school with, and God bless them, but like the same people that like planned, events back in the day are still doing it now. And I thought, wow, that's interesting. It's sort of the same student council, like, like good for them.
But they're still on student council because
Kind of. It's sort of like they're, planning. Yeah, it's their kind of keeper of the keys.
yeah, keeper the keys. I like that. One of the other questions that come up, and I want to ask you both about this. One of the other questions comes up in the film is because certainly you've got characters here, and there seems to be a conversation about the good guy. And I was wondering, in your mind, because there are some characters here that, without again saying anything, look like the good guy, but they may not be, and others that don't, that are. In your minds, what makes up the good guy?
Well, we all got our own story. You know, I remember this is a part of a sermon at my church maybe like 3 weeks ago. But I could be a bad guy in somebody's story.
Yeah.
You don't even know it, right? And vice versa. Like it's people that are good guys in their story, but they're a bad guy in my story. And so I don't even know if it's a real definition of that because we could be either or in somebody else's story. It depends on whose side we're telling. And I think that's what I love about this movie too, is that, it's no such thing as a good and a bad guy in a weird way, because even the person who the thing happened to, they really didn't do good things.
Mm.
Outside of them being murdered, you don't know if they deserved it or not. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it depends on whose story is being told, who's the good guy, bad guy, to be quite honest with you.
Well, I like the way you put that, Rel.
Yeah, that's absolutely so interesting, because perspective matters and relationships matter, and how that affects, that's absolutely true.
Yeah, I just went to my niece's eighth grade graduation, and I was next to my brother, and he just railed into me during dinner about everything I've done wrong in the last 4 years. I thought, well, this is not the time to be doing this. Like, can we just wait a day? And most of what he was saying was true. I mean, a lot of it was like, yeah, I did do that, and so yeah, I was the bad guy in his story that night for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I could have waited, but yes, you're
Yeah,
right.
she could have waited.
Timing may
Could
be
have
a little
waited.
off.
Don't do it at the special events. Never. Don't bring up the stuff at the special events.
Well, honestly, to you both, thank you. This film is so much fun. What do you hope audiences take away from Reunion?
I
Um,
hope they laugh a lot,
yeah,
you know.
definitely. Laugh a lot and just, I think we did a good job with the murder mystery thing and just adding humor to it. So, hopefully you're intrigued by trying to figure out who did what, along with just getting the laughs in between it and enjoying what the payoff is at the
And maybe learn the valuable lesson that if you really don't like somebody, you don't have to murder them,
end. That is true.
right?
It's a good lesson in
That's a
general.
good life lesson.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Um, and honestly, Laurel, you say that a lot of times when we have these sort of puzzle box films, you know, you see them and they need a good payoff. And actually, I was very impressed with the payoff on this one. The setup works, the surprise is there. It's a lot of fun to go on the ride. So, um, thank you so much to you both. I appreciate your time, and I wish you the best. Have a great day.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Steve.
Thank you. Bye bye.